Okay, my friends, so now we have our book. We've ripped out all of the pages that we need to in order to create these 16 pairs that you see here. Now what we're going to do is go in and glue these two pages. Each of these two pages we're going to glue together to make for a much stronger page that you can embellish and put cardstock on top of. And also what you can do while you're gluing these pages together is also create pockets if that's something that you're interested in. You can create either side pockets, and I'll show you how to do that, or top pockets if you want pages or pockets on the top of your book, or you can create a combination of both, which I like to do. So in this case, to glue the pages together, you can use whatever wet glue you have. I would encourage you to use wet glue as opposed to a tape runner, especially if you're going to be creating pockets. The problem with using a tape runner when creating projects is if you use a tape runner to adhere the two pages together and you create a pocket, when you slide the tag into the pocket, you risk the tag itself kind of wedging itself between the paper and the glue on your tape runner, because most tape runners, the glue is not super strong. It's strong enough, but it's not so strong that it will avoid paper from wedging itself between the two if you jam it down hard enough, and then you'll find your tags sticking. Okay, so I would suggest when gluing the pages together, just use a wet glue, whatever wet glue you have. I have Tombow Mono Liquid glue. It's a multi-purpose glue. It's a quick drying glue. I love this glue, so that's what I'm going to use. So the first pocket I'm going to create with this first pair of pages is a side pocket. I just want to start with a side pocket. Why not? So to create the side pocket, you're going to take your two pages, and when you glue them together, you're just going to add glue to the top, across the top here, right here, across the top, and across the bottom right here. That's the only place you're going to add glue. And you don't need too much glue, but you want to make sure, well, the first thing you want to make sure is that your glue bottle's not clogged. Let's start with that. Okay, so I just unclog that. Then we're going to add a little bit of glue towards the bottom, bead of glue at the top, closer to the edges. Okay, if you wanted to make a double pocket, okay, which you can do, you can also put a bead of glue down the center, and so you would glue the top, the bottom, the center, and you can create a double pocket. But I'm not going to create a double pocket at this time. So once I have that glue on the top and the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead, press that together, and now I have my two pages stuck together with a nice little pocket in the center, a side pocket I should say. Okay, so that's the first glue. The second page, okay, if you wanted to make a top pocket, what you would do is add glue along the bottom and up the side of the page. You will not put glue along the top because that's obviously going to seal that. Wherever you put the glue, it's going to seal, right? So you want a top pocket, then glue just the side and the bottom. That's going to create your top pocket. Okay, and you can continue altering back and forth between the different pages, having some top pockets, some side pockets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a side pocket, then no pocket, just because I know the tags that I make for this book are really thick, and I don't want to have every page have a pocket because number one, that's just more tags I have to make, And number 2, that many pockets, I'm going to have a lot of bulk. Okay, so again, keeping how bulky I want my book in mind, I'm going to have 1 page with the pocket, 1 page with no pocket. So here I put the glue all over the page so that I can glue both sides together. No pocket. Next page, okay, the next 2 sets, well, I should say the next set of pages, the next 2 pages, I'm going to create that top pocket I told you about. And here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a bead of glue here. And I'm going to put a bead of glue here. Nothing crazy. And I tell you, the one thing I love about this glue is it dries super quick. Super quick. I will also tell you that what I have enjoyed most about making these books is it's very calming, ripping out pages. Who knew ripping pages out of a book can be so calming? It's just so relaxed. It's probably the most relaxed I've ever been when trying out something new for the first time, something I've never done before. I'm usually a little stressed about it, but I'm finding that creating these books, and this is like the 3rd one I'm altering since I started this about a week ago, is probably not as stressful for me, only because I get to rip things up. So what do we have so far? Side pocket glued together. Now we have a top pocket here. See that? Top pocket right here. Next 2 I'm going to glue together. And I'm going to continue that pattern. So I like pattern. I'm a big fan of pattern. I don't know if it's my self-diagnosed OCD. But I'm all about patterns. I'm all about things being even and balanced, and that's just my crafty method. I like planning. I'm trying to get better about not being such a control freak about things. Did I just, you know what? Oh boy. No, I didn't. I did it right. Okay, so I glued this page together. Woohoo! I thought in all my yip-yapping I messed up, but I didn't. All right. So far we're doing good. Okay. We just glued that page together. Now let's create the next, should be a side. Hopefully I'm still in frame here. So I'm hoping this all makes sense. In my mind it does, but most people can't survive a day in my mind. It's a little crazy in there. Okay, things that make sense to me might not necessarily make sense to other people. Okay, so that's, again, creating a side pocket. Okay, so let's let that dry. The next page is going to be all stuck together. And again, you can do whatever works for you. You might want all of your pages to have pockets, and that's cool. This is what I choose to do. I've made another book where every page had a pocket, and then I made my second book where I did the same method of just going back and forth between a pocket and no pocket, just to mix it up. You can create a book with 0 pockets if pockets are not your thing. Okay, I thought I would also, once I'm done setting up this book, I'm going to go back to working on my actual altered book that I have been working on for the swap. And I thought you might be interested in seeing how I go about embellishing each of the pages. I have an image in my mind. We all do as crafters, right? of what the finished product will look like. Hopefully we can bring that image to life. What did I just do here? Okay, I'm gluing all this page together. So I want to have some flip elements. I want to have some slider elements. We all know I like creating scenes. I'm a big fan of scenes. So I'm thinking some of the pages are going to have nice little Christmas scenes on them. It's definitely going to take some time to do the project, that's for sure. Jan did give plenty of time to do the project. The book itself is not due to until sometime in, I believe it is in November. So the way her particular swap works is that you mail the book to her with some funds so that she can, after she films it and shows it on her channel, she can turn around and ship it to whoever your swap partner is. So definitely check out her page, her YouTube channel. I would encourage you to take a look at the different books that she showcased. Also different, very different, very inspiring. I know that I was definitely inspired in watching the videos showing all of the different books. So many new ideas came to mind in terms of creating journals or creating interactive elements and different ways to use embellishments that you maybe didn't think of doing before. So it was very inspiring for me, and I think you will be too in watching it. So here's another page. We're doing a top pocket here, so I'm super excited about this. And quite honestly, this is a nice break for me. I have been so super stressed, super stressed at work, to the point where I just have not been able to clear my mind enough to where I can sit and film some of the many projects that I want to film and share with you. If I'm not in a good mental space, I don't like filming, because I think that sometimes that just it shows, it's reflected in the video. I don't know if that makes sense. So I always try to be in a positive space when I film, so that I keep a positive, healthy vibe. So this, to me, has put me in a much better place where I can sit and share and do this and not be so stressed. Also, here's some big news, guys. I'm moving my craft room. Yeah, my daughter has her playroom downstairs, and she really doesn't use it anymore. She doesn't use it anymore. And I've noticed that she doesn't use it anymore. She hangs out more so in her room now than she does in her play space in the basement. And that's because she's getting older. She doesn't really play with the Legos and the dollhouse and all that stuff downstairs. She's more into the computers, right? Computers. So she has her computer up here. And so downstairs, she's not using it. And I asked her if it was okay if I took over that space and moved my craft room down there. At first, she was like a little freaked out about it, because that's her space. It's always been her space since she was a little baby. That was just, oh my gosh. Do you see what I just did? I put the glue on the wrong side. Did I? I did. That's okay. Here's a good way to fix this, because this is not the first time I've done this. So when I put glue on the wrong side of a page, and I've done it before, I remove the glue, but it's still a little sticky, and that's okay. What I do is I go in with some static powder, and this is the same powder that I use when I'm heat embossing, and I just cover that up, and it'll stop the stickiness. So yeah, not the first time I've done it. And this is a good way to troubleshoot that, okay? Definitely not the first time. I had to be careful though, because what's happening is I think I had to make sure my static powder tool doesn't touch the glue. So maybe I should do it this way, right? Flick it, flick it, flick it, flick it. Because then it'll ruin the page. I mean, it'll ruin the glue itself. Yay, okay. So that glue should have been in here. But anyway, as I was saying, she at first was like, no. But recently came and said to me that she was okay with me moving down into her space. So her space downstairs will soon be my space, and I'm super excited about that. Like beyond excited that I'm finally going to have my own crafty space. And now the space downstairs is massive. I store a lot of my stuff downstairs anyway as it is. There are a couple of shelves set up downstairs that house all my seasonal stuff. All of my papers and embellishments, mostly embellishments, are housed in bins, in like seasonal bins. I have like a Christmas bin, a Halloween bin, a fall bin, summer bin, stuff like that. So as the seasons change, what I do is I swap out the bins. So up here, it's not so crowded. Because as I've mentioned quite a few times, and many of you know, I share space with my husband. So I always have to be mindful that he needs to be able to work, do his work here. So super excited about that. It's going to be a big move. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen right away either, because one of the things we need to do is go through all of her toys downstairs so she can decide what she's going to keep and what she's going to purge, because we need to do a serious purge. There's nowhere else to put all of those toys downstairs. And she doesn't play with most of them. Most of them are from when she was much younger. I was pretty, and still am, pretty neurotic about, you know, maintenance of her toys and stuff. So everything is like brand new from when she was small up until now. She still has all of it brand new. Sorted in bins, and you know, she would play with things and leave the room a disaster, and mommy would go in and clean it up. Every toy has every piece, every puzzle, everything. I know it's crazy, don't judge, but that's how I am. So a lot of that, it's going to be donated, and I'm thinking it's going to make a lot of kids very happy. We have to figure out how we're going to go about donating it. So I'm super excited. And maybe once all is said and done, I can finally do a room tour. I can't do one right now because, like I said, I share space with my husband, and I don't think it's fair to him for me to be putting, you know, video out there of what's going on his side and what he has. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares what I have either. I'm thinking a room tour more for showing you how I organize and store things, and you can get a better sense of the kind of space that I work in, because right now the space I work in is super small. It is. So that page is done. Here is the last of the 2 pages. I think what I want is for this last one, I'm going to create a side pocket, because in this last page I might slide in one of my channel cards, so that they know, whoever receives this book knows who sent it to them. So for this particular page, ta-da! So 20 minutes later, okay, the book is ready for some fabric. And this is what we have. Here's page 1 with a side pocket. And the inside of this page would be day 1. Here's day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So there we go. All of the days are here. How exciting. Some of them have side pockets right there. Some of them have top pockets. There's one with the top pocket. Some of them have no pockets. But all of them are going to be decorated in a very cute and fun way. So that is going to be all for this particular video. So part 1, I showed you how to alter the book. Part 2, how to glue the pages together. I think in the next part, what we are going to do is glue on some fabric. And for that, what you're going to need is whatever fabric you like and whatever glue you're going to use. I again would encourage you to use a glue that dries clear, an all-purpose glue, or one specifically made to bind fabric to other materials. This is, I'm using Aleene's Clear Gel Tacky Glue. It works beautiful. Here is a journal that I already covered, and I used that same glue, and it turned out beautifully. It dried clearly. I absolutely love, love, love the way it turned out. So I will catch you in the next video, where we will put some fabric onto this little chunky monkey and go from there. Thank you, my friends, for watching, and I hope you will visit me again. Until next time, bye bye.